Howdy, with this video I want to show you how to incorporate quotes from Journals 2 and Journal 3 into your self-regulated learner essay. I'm kind of just introducing you to MLA formatting and documentation, so I just kind of want you to do kind of what I tell you to. We'll get into the more complex stuff with the next couple of essays. But the first thing you want to do is you want to create your works cited page. That's just a listing of the sources you're going to use in the essay. And to do that, I want you to go to that sample essay. I'm going to go ahead and download it. It's a little easier to copy off the download. But we're going to go down to that works cited page that she has created already for us. And the works cited page, just like this one's going to be the last page on your essay, but it's good to start there. And we're just going to come here and I'm going to paste. Probably just going to keep the text. You want that works cited to be centered, and it should be works cited. And the only thing you will change will be the section number here. We are BY1. So we're going to change that. And normally you'd have to have hanging indents, but our lines aren't going to the next, our entries aren't going to the next line, so we don't need that. So basically you're done there. And again, if you hit Control Enter, it'll put it on to the next page. And when you start using it in your essay, you're just going to introduce a quote. You can do this in different ways. And if, say this is from the Growth Mindset video, go ahead and give your quote. Could have used some spaces in there, huh? There we go. And you're going to end the quote with a quote mark. Begin the quote with a quote mark. Then in parentheses, you're going to put the first word on the works cited page. So let's say I'm quoting from the video here. Whoops. Carol's going to be in quotation marks because it's part of a video title, just the way it is down here in the works cited entry. You could go Carol Dweck if you wanted to. You could even say, according to Carol Dweck, give the quote, but you still need to cite where she's being quoted from, which is that video, so you include that citation at the end of your quote. If you're going to get a little fancy, and where am I at? There we go, sorry. And use a quote from a quote to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to the journal entries and this one. Let's say you wanted to use that first sentence from the self-regulated learner reading for journal number 3. You're going to copy that. And computers are great for copying things like that. Just got to be careful when you're not plagiarizing or anything. But so we're going to just go ahead and put that quote in there. You can see sometimes doing it off of PDF can mess up the line spacing a little bit. But you don't want to leave the citation the way it is because you don't actually have Zimmerman and Martinez Pons' book in your hands. So we're going to do something a little fancy. You can go ahead and introduce the writers who actually gave you the quote. Then you're going to put the quote marks around the quotes. Well, can't get there. And then you're going to give the citation. And again, this is going to be the first word on the works cited page. So that's going to be self-regulated because that's the first word on the works cited page. So it'll look like that. You're still giving the people the self-regulated research quoted, but since you don't have their book in your hand and you don't know if the source you're looking at is quoting accurately, you're going to give that source you're actually quoting from credit. Hope that makes sense. And of course, you'll have other stuff in between these quotes and everything, but that's kind of how it's going to look. And of course, you're going to double space and all that fun stuff. But that's all I'm looking for this first essay. Just quotes and direct quote marks, encased in quote marks, direct quotes, word for word. Then the citation after it. Give it a shot. I'm not going to grade a whole lot on this, but I want to kind of get us started using sources in essays and learning how to document them in a kind of a basic way. But again, the citations, just I go to the Works Cited page, I see Carol Dweck, I can go watch that video and see that quote. Same thing here. I can go to this self-regulated source and see the quote from Zimmerman or Martinez-Potts. And that's the whole idea. I can go check your sources. But if you have any questions about it, be sure to let me know. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.